My name is Rico, the Dungeon Master for Season 3, the restoration of the 12 Olympians. This season, we'll find our heroes traveling back to the lands of Eris and Enyo within Harmonia, as they adventure through and see what they have accomplished and completed by restoring the 3 fabled relics, the Sickle of Kronos, the Golden Apple of Discord, and the Robe and Necklace of Harmonia. We'll start with Deborah.
I am Deborah, and I am playing a human rogue named Neith. Her name is Neith.
And I'm Matt, playing a dragonborn monk named Ari Futan.
And I'm Daphne, and I play Gilcyra Venfire, who is a halfling druid.
I'm Jenna. I am a cleric elf, and my name is Lix Balzator.
And my name is Rico. I am the Dungeon Master for Season 3 of the campaign. Do you have a Deborah's Diary from last episode, or nah?
I mean, I can sort of.
Who's ready for
Deborah's Diary?
Dear Diary, our heroes have done an excellent job in fighting a one-on-one. But how will they do coming up in the teams match? I'm really excited because I actually have my money on the other team. About to make some bank.
That seems wrong.
But it was kind of weird because instead of like resting and preparing and planning, our heroes decided to go off and do some weird things. Lux evidently is healing people. I thought she was a cleric of Hades. What people die. I don't know. I don't get it anymore.
Yes.
Yes.
And so Ari is all smoochy with Alecto, getting her in there, which would be really cool. I would love to see that fight. They're still going to lose, but I would love to see that fight. And then I think Gilcyra lost her mind. Maybe she just got a little power happy. She was like, ooh, new spell. I don't care what's going to happen to other people. I'm just going to make a volcano appear in the middle of all this, this mass mob and send everybody into a panic. And then she herself gets trampled.
Accurate representation, 100%. Nailed it.
But luckily, of course, she's got Neith to look out for her. But Neith realizes that, poor Gilcyra is in shock, but Neith is not good with this comfort, the mental thing. She knows what should be done. She's just not very good at it. So Gilcyra right now is wrapped up in a blanket with an owl, and Neith is off looking for Ari, so hopefully they can get her clothed before it's time to fight.
Fingers crossed.
Fantastic. So you were there helping. Good diary, by the way. Nailed it.
Thanks.
You're helping Gilcyra recover. Gilcyra, right? I've been saying it wrong for years.
It's either or.
Okay.
I think it technically started off as Gilcyra, and then
too.
people kept calling her Jelly. And
Jelly became Gilcyra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been saying it wrong for years. Just going to go with it.
Yep.
Gilcyra.
Yep, just going to go with it like lava
at this point,
off
you
the
haven't
face of a
corrected us.
volcano.
I'm sorry. Now
Gilcyra Genwater.
So you have been wrapped up and cuddled into a bed. Cedric is there at your side. You're starting to feel physically better. The ambrosia made you feel physically better. So now you just have the mental portion that you're going to have to deal with at your own time. But you know that there are probably only 1 or 2 matches before the finals where you guys are slated to fight. So you figure you have about 1 hour to get her sorted. Ari, you have watched Martel and Pan and all of them just toy with the competition to try and make a good show of it. But you know their next match is going to be the match before the semifinals, so they have got 2 matches left before it is time for the finals match. So you and Alecto are and Jelsira and Neith are going to have to be ready to present yourselves to the tournament staff underneath the arena. It probably an hour or so.
Okay.
Alecto has calmed down to this point where she doesn't want to murder Gelsira on sight. Her breathing is natural and calm. Her heartbeat is back to resting level. And she has enjoyed your embrace and the hair petting, and she has soaked up all of the kind words and kind things that you have done for her to help her calm down. So you were under the impression that she isn't going to kill Jelsira on sight, but you know that killing Jelsira on sight is still on the back of her mind.
Sure. Reap what you sow.
Yep. So you are... Did you leave?
Yes,
Gelsira
I'm looking for
after-
Ari.
Oh, okay. Yes, you were going to go look for Ari. That's right. Sorry, I'd already forgotten from the last episode.
10 minutes.
A week ago. And you can begin your search for him. Yes, absolutely. You don't know that he's at the arena. Actually, yeah, you have got no idea where he's at. So you know you have roughly an hour to find him before you guys have to report for your match. So best of luck to you.
Shoot. You know what? I figure probably going up higher is going to be easier to see things. So I'm going to go into the arena and kind of walk up the stands and just start like scanning around.
Sure. So as you get higher into the arena, you are able to scan the area and you see a big red figure sitting amongst a row of gods, of which you have all seen before. And you see the big red Ari-shaped figure sitting with what looks like an Alecto-shaped figure, but they're on the opposite side of the arena in the grand box with all the gods.
I just fly over there. Use your wings.
I take out a little piece of paper.
Yeah, it's about 130 feet across
Paper.
because the arena is 120 feet across, and then 10 feet back is where the gods are sitting because
Actually,
they have
just
that
kidding.
big box.
I don't have paper. I look around to see if I see any, and I ask, does anybody have any paper and a quill?
Nobody is going to notice you at the moment, so the minute you speak up, you're going to scare a couple people because you're outside of the arena, so you would have been given your things back, so you have your cloak of voidness back. So people will jump and be like, oh, God, we didn't even notice you there. But no, nobody in your immediate area has any paper on them.
Okay, hold on.
But you can see Neith, 130 feet across, standing amongst a crowd of people who have sort of kind of moved in a circle around her to make room for the void space. To you, Neith obviously stands out in a crowd due to the lack of people around where Neith would be.
And that purple aura.
Oh, yeah. And the purple aura if you're using Hera's Embrace.
Yeah.
Are you going to wave at me or something? So I know that you see me.
Sure. Be like, hey, Alecto, does that look like Neith over there?
Yeah, that's absolutely Neith over there.
What do you think she's doing?
And I look at him and I'm like, start waving him like, get over here right now.
I think she wants...
She's motioning rapidly at something. I can't quite make it out.
Get over. And I'm trying to like use my mouth like really big, like, get over here right now.
What's she on about?
I don't know. Should we fly over and go see?
Yeah, let's go fly over there.
All right. So Alecto shoots up into the air. She leaves makes no sound as her wings flap because, as you know, her wings cut through space and time. So she just silently darts up out of the box. I want to say with a whooshing sound, but there's no whooshing sound. There's just and that's Rico making a sharp jutting motion upwards. I'm sorry, guys, this is an audio medium, but she doesn't make any sounds. She just juts up into the air with ease and is flying over the arena.
Okay, I'm going to pop out the box and spread my wings and fly. I do make sound and displace air.
Yep.
'Cause, I don't cut through space and time, baby.
Because you're not a primordial god.
That's right. Just a regular awesome champion of a tournament of blood. So I'll waft over to where Neith is.
And Alecto and Ari both land.
What do you want?
And I say, I don't know how it happened, We can ask the questions later, but we're running out of time. Gelsira needs some clothes, and I thought you might know somebody who could help with that.
What'd you do with her clothes? Alecto asks.
I don't know what happened to her clothes. They're kind of in tatters and shreds right now.
Oh, you think maybe she got caught up in all the insanity she caused?
I don't want to know what that means. We just need to get Gelsira back together. She's not in a good place right now, and she's not fit to fight at the moment.
Awesome. Do you think new clothes will help make her fit to fight?
Well, she could at least come out of the mayoral estate. That would be a step in the right direction.
All right.
Are we down another person again? Alecto asks in dismay.
Well, we might still be able to save this one.
All right. Well, I guess I could go back and see if Hephaestus has a spare halfling clothes.
I am not going to go with you to go talk to Gelsira.
Okay.
I'm going to stay here if that's all right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to check with Hephaestus if he's got some clothes. I'm sure,
Oh, sure.
Neith can handle getting Gelsira ready.
Yeah, if you could get some clothes, I will meet you back at the mayoral estate, and I tell him what room she's in.
Okay.
Great. Okay, so I'll fly back to Hephaestus and say,
Alecto will fly over with you.
And I head back to the estate.
okay. Now I'll say, hey, Hephaestus,
Yeah.
do you have any spare clothing that would fit a halfling?
On me?
Yeah.
No, but I
Yeah.
can whip some up for you.
Oh, could you do that for me real quick?
Yeah, if you have her old clothes, I could stitch those up lickety-split.
Did you have her old clothes?
No.
I don't have her old clothes.
I told you where she
Alecto
was, though.
says, hold on just a minute. And then she darts off out of the arena towards Neith. And then as you're walking, there is a silent landing of Alecto standing there in front of you. And she says, get me Gelsira's clothes. I'll wait for you just outside the front door of the mayoral estate.
Okay. I go get Gelsira's clothes and bring them back.
Sweet. She looks at them and she shakes her head and she sighs. And then she shoots up into the air. There's no whip sound. That's just Rico making a sound. Yes, as she cuts through space and time, there is a whip sound, but no, there isn't. And then she flies back to you and Hephaestus, and she drops the clothes at your feet. Here's Gelsira's clothes. And then she sits down in her chair. She puts her arms across her chest, and she crosses one leg over the other.
Okay, here we go, Hephaestus. Would you be willing to stitch these up for me?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Wouldn't be a problem.
Excellent.
So he picks up your armor and your clothes that you wear under your armor, and he makes little finger scissors. And he pretends to do some seamstress work and snipping, and he pretends to sew and stuff. Like, you don't see anything, but he's making all the motions. But you can actually see black wisp laced with gold, and the clothes are being, hemmed and sewn. You don't see the physical tools, but you can see the traces of magic that he's using to stitch them up. And as he does so, the clothes are actually getting clean as well.
Oh, nice.
The leather armor that she was wearing looks like freshly oiled, freshly tanned, clean leather armor. All of her clothes, I don't know what color your clothes were, but the colors of her clothes are now bright, clean colors of those clothes. And they look like they would fit Gelsira perfectly, better than what they were when she had them to begin with.
Excellent.
And then he says, here you go. And he hands them to you. And is there anything else you need?
Nope, thank you, my
And
lord.
he's talking to you while looking over you to watch the battle.
Sure. I will get out of your way and go take these where they need to go. Thank you again.
Oh yeah, that was easy. That's nothing.
You're
It's just cleaning some clothes and fixing some tears.
you're just the best.
I try to be. And then he belly laughs and he gives you a big old hug, because he thinks you're the best.
I love it.
And then he sits down to resume watching the match. And Alecto is sitting there, and she isn't looking at you. She's watching the match.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like she's going to return the clothes back
Right.
to Gelsira. She did her part by bringing them to Hephaestus. She's done running errands for Gelsira at this
Sure.
point.
I look at Alecto and I say, thank you very much for that. I'll be back.
I'll be here waiting.
Sure thing. Now fly off out of the arena. Just
There are cheers from people as they watch the singles grand champion fly out of the arena.
thank you. Yes, thank you. I'll fly over to the mayoral estate and meet with Neith and give her the clothes and say, go get Gelsira dressed. Bring her back to the arena. We have a fight soonish.
About 40 minutes.
Yeah. So
I go in the room with Gelsira.
What are you doing in the room there, Gelsira?
she's committed suicide. Everybody.
No, I've just been thinking. I'm starting to like process everything that's happened.
And Cedric is there at your side,
Yeah.
nuzzling, trying to use his little body bird warmth to keep you warm, despite that you're wrapped up in a blanket.
I'm using the produce flame in my hand, just like kind of just and just putting it out and just like.
As you
It's kinda
ignite the
like-
flame in your hand, Cedric tries to blow on it to make it bigger because he thinks it's helping to keep you warm. So you go produce flame, and then he goes, and then you put it out, and then that just goes back and forth every time you produce a flame. He goes to try and keep the fire going. Because I mean, he's intelligent. He knows that to get fire going, it needs oxygen and wind. So here, have a little bit of owl breath.
I'm also using my Druidcraft cantrip to make snow fall on me. Like there's like a cloud and like just like snow. I'm just like snowing on me.
You're just naked, getting snowed on, playing with an owl.
I'm playing with fire.
There's fire. There's snow. You're naked.
Yeah, so I'm starting to come out of shock.
Nice.
But I'm just like whatever's going on. Like I'll deal with this later. Like
So as you walk in, here's what you see.
Oh, God.
You see Gelsira wrapped up in a blanket. You see little powder snow falling on her head. And you see her put out one arm and makes a little tiny fire in her hands. And then as the fire ignites, you see an owl head pop out of the blanket and then blow onto the fire. And then when she puts the fire out, the owl head goes back under the blanket. And then the fire is produced. Cedric pops out. You see him move his head forward, and it looks like he's blowing on the fire. And then he's trying to keep the fire ignited when she ignites the fire, but he's also not trying to get snowed on because he's not a snow owl. He's not a big fan of the cold.
Right.
So it's just back and forth of a little owl popping out from under the covers while she is being snowed on, and fire is intermittently being produced in her hand. Good visual. That was dope.
I pause for a second, and I'm just like, what? What is happening
I'm like,
here?
oh hey Neith.
Gelsira, is there something I can help you with?
I don't know.
Is there something you could help me with?
I mean, sure. I could always help you. What's up? What do you need help with?
I need you to get dressed.
Oh, okay.
I need you to remember all your spells.
Mm.
I need you to take whatever you're doing and put it into the fight that's going to happen in about 35 minutes.
Well, okay, because you're my friend. I'll do that.
Neith says, I'm going to need you to get your shit together. Because we got shit we have to do.
I'm just like,
That was Rico, not Neith.
I don't totally understand why, but I'm like, okay, well, if that's what you need me to do, okay, I can do that.
Because we're about to get our butts handed to us by Pan
Oh, Pan? I kind of light up a little bit.
and Perry
My heart starts beating a little bit.
and Martell
Oh.
and Theobald.
Theobald. I fought Theobald.
Yeah, you fought Theobald.
Yeah, you did.
Well, all right, let's go have some fun, I guess.
There's my Gelsira. And I kind of, prop her up.
Do it for the Gip.
All right, well, okay, I guess if you want to give me some privacy, I'll.
Okay, and I put the clothes next to her on the bed, and I leave
privacy,
the
you're
room.
naked right
Yeah.
now.
All
To in a
right.
bathtub.
All right, well, I get dressed.
Yeah, but she was in shock then. Now she's got her wits about her. She'd like to keep or she's got some of her modesty and decency back.
Her halfling jiggly bits just out in the open.
Don't look at her halfling jiggly.
I am looking everywhere but her halfling jiggly bits.
All
Okay.
right, well, I put my clothes on.
And your clothes fit better than they ever have before.
Oh, wow.
They feel like they have been tailored to your exact proportions. Like, you know how Black Widow's bodysuit fits her pretty comfortably but doesn't prevent her range of motion?
Mm-hmm.
Your clothes that you wear under your armor fit like a stealthy, sneaky bodysuit.
Wow.
And your armor that was haphazardly made for you because, it wasn't tailored in a timely fashion to fit a halfling, now fits you extremely well. It is snug in all the right places. It gives you plenty of range of motion in your arms, and you can move your torso around. You can twist and bend pretty comfortably. And you can see on the bottom of the armor what looks like little runes or little carvings in the armor with a seal of a hammer at where the bottom center of the armor would be. Hephaestus fixed your armor up to give you +1 AC for your
wow.
leather armor.
Sweet.
And it is now essentially magic armor that Hephaestus has tailored for you.
All right.
So I need to go to my notebook and up your AC by.
Well, killing those people was worth it for more AC.
So I have your AC
Welcome
now
to
at
Chaotic
16,
Neutral.
right?
That's the exact thought you should have.
Your AC is now 16?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had it at 15. It's now
Yeah.
at 16.
Nice. I'm like, oh, thanks. Neith, do you take these to the tailor, in the cleaners? These clothes never fit me so good before.
Ask Ari. He got him.
Oh, did he take me to the tailor? Or did he do it? I didn't know Ari could
Probably
do
the best tailor in all of the realms.
Oh, well, that makes sense since we're in a big city. I'm sure there's a good tailor here. I didn't know Ari. Okay, that makes sense. That was nice of Ari. Wow.
Best tailor in the city died. I mean, they were resurrected.
What?
This is Rico
Oh, okay.
telling Daphne. The best tailor in the city did die,
Oh,
but
no.
they've been resurrected.
Okay,
So
they'll be
now
fine.
they are no longer the best tailor. Well,
Oh.
compared to the other tailors, they're still the best tailor in the city, but just a little bit less better than what they were.
Oh, they'll be okay, right?
They can't
I mean,
do
yeah.
basic math now.
Well, okay. Well, all right, Neith. I'm ready whenever you're ready, I guess.
Oh, when you're thirsty, nothing hits the spot better than water. Bless.
That's right. Bless. Bless up.
I don't totally know what happened, but I'll figure it out later, I guess.
And I put both my hands on her shoulders and she's at arm's length, but I kind of just look at her and I say, "You're gonna be okay.
Okay. Well, if you say so, I guess.
We just need our happy jelly, our happy jelly back."
Well,
Here, have some drugs.
well, it doesn't take much to make me happy. Just, food and blood. So, and I'm
There
like,
you go.
what? Why did I just say that? That was weird. That's not something I'm.
I mean, it's what I think every day.
Oh.
So, and I kind of escort her down to the dining room and I make her drink some more ambrosia.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I won't not drink it.
I don't need any of this, but you
will or
maybe
will
the-
not?
I will. I said I won't not drink it.
Oh, all right. Well, you don't get any additional benefit because you're still, you're back up to full health. You're a little less hungry. You feel like you had a nice long rest, so you don't feel tired, despite the fact that you just came out of shock. You don't feel mentally exhausted anymore. Like, you do still have the anguish from being the cause of innocent people being killed, but it's not like it impacts your everyday ability to function.
I see. Okay.
So you're just going to have to silently live with those demons until, I don't know, you die, or until Gelsira gets over it, whichever comes first.
Well,
There might be a campfire later on in the campaign.
maybe I can do something to make up for it.
Like kill Perry.
I'm like, Cedric, did you see what happened? I kind of asked Cedric, telepath.
Yes, there was a giant volcano in the middle of the city.
Oh my God.
People were running and screaming. People got stepped on. It was chaotic.
Well, I thought it was I
The
guess.
butterflies didn't go anywhere, though.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
I was able to eat a plenty.
Well, I'm glad you were still able to eat butterflies.
Me too. It smelled like fire and sulfur. I've never seen a volcano up close. And then it just disappeared.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I was kind of.
That's how it works.
Yep. Haha. You saw a volcano. All right. Well, what do you say, Neith? Ready to go to the arena?
Let's go.
Okay. I just kind of scamper over.
Okay, I'll fly back to the arena and float my happy ass back up to where Alecto's at.
And then Alecto looks at you and she says, "Are you about ready? I think we're going to be fighting here probably pretty soon."
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. And then she starts to walk out of the box. She doesn't fly this time. It looks like she's going to make her way downstairs to the under part of the arena to get ready to fight in the group battle that she didn't anticipate she was going to be fighting in, but is incredibly looking forward to given her current state of affairs and state of being.
Cool. I'll go with her. Try to hold her hand. You know,
She'll let you. She'll hold her hand. She'll reciprocate.
Aw.
little
She'll-
cutesy
she
hand
will
holding as
absolutely
we
hold her hand, yeah.
walk down to the staging area or whatever. Meet up with Neith and Gelsira.
Oh, Ari, quick question.
Yeah.
Alecto asks, should I kill any of these people?
No, we should try not to kill him if possible. It's not really our style.
So no killing?
Yeah, no killing. Pull punches if you can.
Sure.
If you feel it's getting close.
Sure. I can do that.
Cool. Okay, so we'll go back down to where Neith and Jelly are.
That was probably best because I would have killed probably one of them.
Okay.
I mean, I would have let you pick, but thanks for letting me know. Thanks for letting me know not to kill.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to be fighting Pan, you know, so
I wouldn't have killed Pan, but any of the other three would have been fair game.
probably. But, you know, I like Martel, and Perry's fun. Theobald, I don't know what his deal is. He seems like a fun G. So, yeah, we'll go back to the staging area with Neith and Jelly. Try to work out some sort of strategy, maybe.
That would probably be best.
Yeah.
If I may, let me fight Theobald. I think I'd be the most apt to be able to handle him with his healing magics and his cleric powers, or his cleric powers, and that big maul he has.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think Jelly, I think you should definitely take Perry for us because that druid shit is just a little wild for me.
Okay, I'll keep him busy.
Okay. And Neith, you got a preference on who you want to take out of Martel and Pan? Think you got a good shot at either of those paladins in full plate?
Oh, yeah. As you guys walk into the bottom of the arena, again, you're divested of all things that aren't weapons or armor. So your magic cloak is gone. Your guys' traveler packs are gone. They allow you to keep all of your knives, especially your boot knives and your hidden knives, but no ambrosia, no bag of holding. You know, typical, the things you guys were all used to in the singles tournament.
Before they took it from me, I want to have snuck out like some jerky, stick it in my pocket so I could feed Karga.
Okay.
Oh yeah, a little
Slip him some jerky back there.
And he takes it, and then he says, "Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
This is good stuff. I knew somebody one time who used to feed me jerky. Good guy."
Now you know another.
And then he starts nibbling jerky loudly.
Love it.
And he's going to stay back there hiding in your hood because he doesn't want to be confiscated either.
Eh.
Do we want to do more of a one-on-one thing, or do we want to do more of like, you know, have you ever seen people play? I think they call them sports. I think that's the word for it. But like, I was kind of thinking maybe I would like hang back for the first part of it and do more like range attacks. Because I'm not much of a tank, and those are some really big tanks.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure how it's all gonna really play out. I mean, everything's in flux once the
I've got
fight
some
starts.
fire grenades.
But I think
I was gonna like throw in some fire grenades, start shooting some explosive arrows, just rain down. Gelsira, yeah, I know you guys. I mean, both of you got fire. I just think we should just rain down heckyderns on them. Heckyderns. Wow, rain down hell on them.
Did
I don't
you
know where that came from.
did
No.
you forget we were at the podcast and you weren't at work with? Okay.
Evidently, I was thinking I was around children again.
I like that idea. I think we should just.
I think we should start off with range and just try to blast them as much as possible, and then we can go in because I either need to be far away or I need to be in super close.
Okay.
It sounds
go with
good to
that.
me. Okay.
I've got a little bit of range with my fire whip.
Yeah.
So is that what we want to do first? We want to initiate combat at range? Make
Yeah.
them come to us?
Make them come to us.
That's a
We
pretty sound
need
strategy.
to control the battle.
And I'll use my machine gun.
What's a machine gun?
You know, it's a thing.
Is it more effective and efficient at killing?
It's the best.
Ooh, I want one of these.
We'll see if
Yeah,
I
I do too.
can get you one.
What is a machine gun? What are you talking about,
Yeah.
Ari? I want one also.
It's mostly just a picture I drew,
Oh.
but it's terrifying.
Maybe you know somebody who could make us one.
Yeah.
Maybe make us two. One for each of us.
Design the plan.
All right. I like this plan. I like that we stay back and initiate combat at range and make them come to us. We should be able to get in some damage before they even close into melee.
Sounds good.
I think we'll have at least a second or two of range combat because I know Penn and I know Martel, paladins in general, do have range attacks, but knowing Martel and Penn, watching them fight, they aren't ones to stay at range.
No.
I've been watching them this entire tournament, and never once have they stayed at range. Theobald will try attempt to return fire, but he's only going to do it once before he gets bored with it and wants to get into hand-to-hand combat. And Perry will take whatever fucking form he wants to take and will close the gap as soon as he possibly can.
Yeah, he'll do his little cheat druid stuff.
Yeah.
And you know,
Do you guys think that we should all focus our ranged attacks on one particular person? I already said that I would attack Theobald.
yeah, I mean,
So I would be okay with focusing my fire on Theobald for the second or two it's going to take for him to get to us.
So who's their healer? That would be-
Theobald, Martel, and Pan.
They're all healers. Jeez. Okay.
Cleric and two paladins. One of them is a paladin of Bahamut, one of them is a paladin of Hades, and one of them is a cleric of Hades.
I mean, I like the plan of trying to take just. I mean, if we're gonna stay back to try to take one out.
Yeah, focus your fire on one particular person.
From the
That
very
way
beginning.
that way we can do all of the damage to each of our respective targets. Yeah, I think that's a really good idea.
yeah, I mean,
Have you ever been in war before, Neith?
For a few years.
That's a good tactic. I like her. It's a good tactic.
You should keep me.
yeah, and I mean, I've got that earth elemental. We could open up with that dude doing some damage, maybe. I don't really have a lot of range attacks. My breath weapon's only like a 15-foot cone, so
Oh yeah, you open with your elemental. Like, can you like bring him up over there? Like,
yeah, it's
across
just-
the
I
way.
just have a stone of controlling earth elemental. I just
Yeah,
toss it
there you
out,
go.
yell
Toss
the
that
word.
out. He comes up, slams. I've seen that thing slam.
Oh yeah,
He slams. So are we all gonna focus on Theobald first?
No, I'm going to focus on Theobald. Theobald.
Oh, I
will
thought we were.
smash
I
you.
thought we were all gonna like attack one person. I feel like they all have high HP, right?
oh yeah.
Yeah,
They absolutely do.
but I mean, if we all take our first range attacks and all go for the same person, maybe knock a person out so they're down a man.
I'm for that.
We could try that, but then the ones that we don't put damage on are going to be at full force at all four of us. I'm fine with that if we want to concentrate fire on one of them.
Well, a lot of my ranged spell attacks are not like on constant. Like it has a radius to it.
Well, I can tell
Oh.
you Theobald resists cold and lightning. Being
What about fire grenades?
Ari's resistant to fire. I am resistant to fire, but I don't think any of them are resistant to fire. None of them are resistant to fire.
So I mean, really, if we have any attacks that we could do that would hit multiple of them,
I've got
Explosive arrows and grenades are good.
so
that
I
would be the best.
I have a firestorm spell. It's 150 foot range, which is quite a bit of damage.
Ooh, start with that.
So maybe that'll be a good starting point.
Okay.
How big is the radius?
10 feet.
10-foot radius? I think you could comfortably hit two of them with the 10-foot radius.
All right. New goal: hit as many of them as possible at once.
Okay,
Okay.
All right,
It's a good plan. Great plan.
I think we're ready.
we're ready.
All right, so there are 4 names that are carved into the board. It is Ari Futan, Grand Champion of Singles, Gelsira Venfire, runner-up of Singles, followed by Neith, and then Alecto's name is last. But the names were in order of deeds done in the Tournament of Blood. So Ari's name was first, Gelsira's name was second, Neith's name was third, and Alecto didn't perform in any of the singles, so she's last. And then the gates open up and lead up to the hill that goes into the arena.
All right, I pop in there.
And as you walk through, you see a familiar golden shimmer.
Save point.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint has been activated for this fight. You guys know that if any of you die, you'll go to the underworld. You will have doors before you. You will have to go through, X number of doors. At this point, it's only 1 because you guys reset your death count at Kronos' farm.
Gangster.
We don't know what would happen with Alecto if she were to die in this tournament because I don't think she's ever been killed before. She's been stripped of her power, but she's never been killed before. So that is something the DM will have to worry about in the future.
Well,
should it happen.
Keep her from dying. That's what I'm going to do.
And
Give her
you
CPR.
guys are all
Tongue.
able to walk up into the arena. I imagine you guys are all going to walk up together.
Yeah.
Yes.
All 4
Yeah,
of you
let's do
side
it.
by side because it's wide enough. You guys could go walk shoulder to shoulder up to the arena. And as you guys walk into the grand arena, there are trumpets that play. There is loud, thunderous applause. It seems like people that have come to this tournament for these last couple days have been waiting for the groups match specifically. Yes, singles combat is great and all, but now you get to watch a group of high character, high level paragons of people go toe-to-toe in a tournament of blood to fight to the death. However, the crowd knows the 4 that will be on the other side of you, at least 3 of them don't plan on killing anybody. They haven't seen Pan kill anybody, but they don't know Pan like you guys know Pan. So you guys know these 4 people aren't going to kill you. They will pull punches
That's what I was thinking.
to get you down to 0. So
I was worried about Alecto for a moment, and then I was like, oh, yeah, we're fighting people that probably won't kill Alecto.
no, Pan absolutely. And you know that Pan has stopped you guys from killing people before because they were no longer a threat and it bit him in the ass. But you know Pan wouldn't let any of the people that he's fighting with put a killing blow on anybody that is in the party. Pan especially because, he loves 2 of you.
Good old noble Pan.
Yep. Good old noble Pan. He is lawful retarded is what they call lawful good characters. Do anything to preserve law and be good. So Pan wouldn't let any of his party kill Alecto either.
Cool.
But, paladins, clerics, and Perry being the general good person he is, doesn't intend to kill. Yeah, I know. We've got a little bit of time left. Are we up against it?
No,
Still got about 15 minutes. We got a couple rounds.
20 or so, yeah.
Yeah, 20 minutes or so, yeah. So you guys, all 4 of you walk up shoulder to shoulder. The crowd applauds. There is cheering.
Thank you.
The other gate opens up, and there walks up the hill 4 people. You see Perry in his regular halfling form. You see Theobald, Pan, and Martel in shining, gleaming, freshly polished armor. The dents you put in Pan's armor are no longer there.
That's good.
It looks like they also had smiths that may have magically repaired their armor, or some of them may have blessings from certain gods who said, oh yeah, let me fix you up before you go do this, buddy.
Excellent. All right.
And Pan is in full plate mail with his helmet already down and closed. Theobald also has a helmet on that he didn't have on before. And Martel also has a helmet on that he didn't have before. And his helmet is just a replica of his normal Dragonborn head. So it looks like his normal head, but it's an armored head.
Nice.
And the armor, Martel's armored helmet is scaled to look like dragon scales. It looks like his head, but as a helmet. And it would open, front and back would open, so he could close it over the back of his head in his dragon snout. He wouldn't put it on in one piece.
Cool.
Yeah, because that's how a dragonborn would get a helmet on, I imagine. It splits down the middle and with a hinge up top.
All right. I walk up and cast Kill Party.
And they're all
right.
dead. We win.
And what's your spell save on that spell?
Like 30.
They rolled a 5. They're all dead.
Nice.
You win.
Good job, us.
No, that actually doesn't happen. You don't have kill party.
I cast heal back to 1 HP.
So they start walking up, and they're walking towards the center of the arena. They don't look like they are prepared for an onslaught of ranged attacks. So at this point, now would be a good time to surprise them with arrows, fire bombs, things of that nature, because they look like they're waiting for you guys to join them in the middle of the arena to hug and clap hands like you have done so many times before. So yes, sneak attack bonus would apply.
Sweet. I take. I gotta find out what the thing on this is.
28.
For a fire grenade.
Oh, yeah, 50 damage.
Didn't we do 2d6 plus 4 when the rogues were throwing it at you guys in the money changer? I think it was something
I think
like
so.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 2d6 plus 4. Plus your sneak attack bonus, which is up to what d6? 5d6, 6d6?
76.
Jesus fucking
76. That's a lot.
Yeah, the number. So I would like to chuck one of my fire grenades into the middle of them.
Jesus fucking Christ. Who were you aiming for? The order is from left to right. Theobald, Martel, Pan, Perry. So were you going to throw it like in the middle of all four of them?
Yeah, like
At
in the middle of
Gotcha.
all four. Yeah.
Okay, so
Trying to hit as many as possible.
Pan and Martel are going to take the majority of the blast. Perry and Theobald are going to take half of that. So 9d6, 9 times 6 is 63, plus 4 is 67. We're going to have that just for funsies. So 34, we'll call it, well, it'd be 33 and a half, but we'll round up.
Oh,
So-
it's 5d6.
Oh, your sneak attack is 5d6?
No, an incendiary grenade is 5d6 fire damage.
Oh my God. So we're looking at 6, so 11d6, 66, so 70. So 35 halved. So Pan and Martel are going to take 35 damage, and then Perry and Theobald are going to take half of that. We'll call it 18 from the firebomb that they were not expecting with your surprise attack, with your sneak attack bonus. And as that explodes, they begin to rush at you guys. But here is the good thing. Because none of them are casting range attacks at you yet, you guys can still cast your range attacks. It looks like all four want to engage into close combat. Perry wants to engage with you because he knows you're a druid. He knows what you're capable of. And Theobald wants to engage with who he perceives as the biggest threat. And that is going to be Alecto, because she's a primordial god. And then Martel is going to attack you because he loved the fight he had with you and he wanted another one. So that means Pan is going to be rushing at you.
Oh, shit.
So you guys don't get to decide who's going to attack who. They have decided that this is our target.
Sounds good.
Yep. So you can go ahead, Jelsira, with your ranged attack, because their actions are just to run at you guys after the surprise attack. After Neith's wildly insane sneak attack, surprise attack.
Boom.
That's
I make things go boom, and that makes me happy.
How many more of those do you have? You still have 4 of those at least,
3.
right? 3? Okay.
Three.
I was close when I said 2d6. I was going off of memory. It's actually 5d6.
How far away are they?
From where you guys were, they got up to almost to the center of the ring. They are now running. They're probably about 50 feet away. And I'm pretty sure all of your spells have at least that much in range.
Oh, yeah. Question is, which one do I want to use? How far away are they from each other?
They're all within 5 feet of each other. So a radius of 20 feet would hit all 4 of them. If the radius is less than 20 feet, you would subtract by 1. So a 10-foot radius would hit 2. 15-foot radius would hit 3. Anything 20-foot or more would hit all 4 of them.
Okay. So I'm going to cast a wall of fire,
Sweet.
but I'm going to use a 7th level spell slot to do it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So,
Good job. Do as much damage here at the beginning.
So this is going to create a wall 60 feet long, 20 feet high, 1 foot thick, ringed wall up to 20 feet in diameter. So I want to cast it right in front of them, like basically right on them, like,
Sweet.
And then this is going to be because I'm casting at level 7. It's going to be if it's a failed save, it's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8d8 damage.
We're going to assume all of them are going to pass their saves. So we're going to have that. Alecto is going to watch you cast, and she's going to lash her whip out at you, and it's going to wrap around your casting hand, and it's going to empower the fire to do the full amount of damage despite them passing the save.
Nice.
Because you've seen Alecto empower Ari's fire breath. She loves fire. So they're going to pass their saves, but she's going to empower you because her whip doesn't reach that far. So she's going to piggyback her attack with you to empower you. So that's 8d what?
8.
8d8, 64. We're going to have that. That's going to be 32, and that's going to be on all 4 of them. So all 4 of them are going to take 32 fire damage, and they are going to run out of the other side of the firewall. Pan and Martel are now screaming and roaring. Not in pain, but in an intimidating way, as you have seen Pan and Martel do in the past. They like to scream at people. And then Perry begins to wild shape, and he instantaneously wild shapes into a woolly mammoth.
Oh, no.
And he is just far enough away that he will be able to charge you, who is currently in Gelsira form. So, hey, that'll be fun for you. Ari, what are you going to be doing?
I mean, I don't really have range attacks, so I guess I'm just going to,
You're going to do your golem thing.
Yeah, I'm going to use the Stone of Controlling Earth Elemental and toss that out and yell, genuflect! And the Earth Elemental is going to rise from the arena and be a super badass, about 1 billion feet tall, weighing 1 billion pounds.
There's no more arena.
It's gonna smash everyone else in the world, all the people in the world.
Donodon is no longer in existence.
It's gonna take the world and toss it into the sun with all of us on it. It's just great.
We win.
And where do you cast it at? Where do you throw your stone?
It's going to land probably, as close to, within range of Martel. Because I see him looking at me.
Sure.
And I'm thinking this is going to be great. And so I'm going to toss it out there where, not maybe like 7 feet from Martel is going to appear.
Oh, so he's like, you're going to throw it out in front of you, and you're going to throw it far enough away from you that as Martel is running, he's going to run headfirst into an earth elemental?
Yes.
Totes. All right. I totally get where you're going with here. All right. So you throw out your Stone of Summoning Earth Elemental. You say your magic summoning word.
Genuflect.
The Earth Elemental does summon. It erupts from the floor of the arena with a loud rumbling. Stone and sand explode outward as your normal-sized Earth Elemental, that weighs, its normal weight. It's not a billion. But, it's a good Earth Elemental and is summoned right in between the path of you and Martel. So Martel will run headlong into your Earth Elemental. Pan will continue to run headlong into you as he raises his shield and his warhammer up over his head. And you are being charged at by a giant woolly mammoth, as we are getting ready to engage in combat for the first part of the tournament team's grand finals. Oh, shit, and that'll do us for this episode of Some Would Play. Please listen next week as the tournament begins with a loud, thunderous clashing of armor, body, bone, and sinew. Thanks for listening, everybody. Do listen next week. Bye.
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 Bum, bum, bum.
Thank you for listening to Some Would Play, a production of the Outsanity Network. Join us again next week as the story continues. Find us online at www.somewouldplay.com and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter at SomeWouldPlay. Deborah is at Sonyataki. Rico is at R1C0. Jenna is at Jenna Toll. Daphne is at Dafterthought, and I am Psychedelic M. If you enjoy the show, please tell your friends and share it with others. And remember, in real life, you needn't roll for initiative, so just seize it.